Welcome back to Audiobook Bay. If you've ever wondered why humans took over the planet while every other animal just exists, this book is going to blow your mind. This is Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Let's go. Takeaway 1. We dominate because we believe in shared fictions. A lion can roar, a whale can sing, but only humans believe in things that don't physically exist and coordinate billions around invented ideas. Money, borders, religions, laws, nations. Each is a shared fiction that works because millions agreed to believe in it. 100,000 years ago, humans were weak, slower than predators, weaker than herbivores, but we could create stories. We could say, this land belongs to us because our God said so, and other humans would accept it. No other animal can do this. An antelope can't start a fictional government. A chimpanzee can't start a religion. This ability to coordinate around invented realities is why we conquered the planet. Ask yourself, is this belief system I'm inside actually real or a shared fiction? Your job title, your salary, your nationality. These are tools, not truths. Understanding they're invented gives you power. Takeaway 2. Agriculture was the biggest trap in human history. Humans spent 3 million years as hunter-gatherers. They had varied diets. They worked 15 hours a week. Then about 10,000 years ago, we started farming wheat and rice. A wheat farmer worked 50 hours a week eating mostly grain. Hunter-gatherers worked 15 hours with access to hundreds of food sources. Farming created surpluses, meaning population growth and specialization. But the average person worked longer, ate worse, and faced diseases from dense populations that never existed before. We didn't change grain. Grain changed us. We became servants to it. We're so deep in agricultural civilization that we can't see the trap. Identify one area where you're trapped in a system that looks like progress but costs more than it gives. Your job, your house payment, see it clearly first. Takeaway 3. The cognitive revolution gave us our monopoly on storytelling. Around 70,000 years ago, something shifted in the human brain. We're not totally sure what, but suddenly we could do something different. We could imagine things that didn't exist. We could tell stories about the past and plan for the future. We could conceive of abstract ideas like God, justice, or morality. Harari calls this the cognitive revolution, and it's the moment everything changed. Before this, humans were just another smart animal. After the cognitive revolution, we could do something chimps will never do. We could form groups of hundreds of thousands of people who had never met, who would never meet, but who all believed the same story. Rome, China, America, these aren't held together by force alone. Millions of strangers believe the same story about what their nation means. That shared story is literally the glue. Religion, ideology, and culture are the most powerful forces on Earth. They're not true or false. They work. They coordinate billions of humans. What are the 3 biggest stories you believe about yourself and your society? Did you choose these stories, or did your culture just give them to you? Takeaway 4. Imperialism spread because empires told the most compelling stories. For most of human history, peoples coexisted. The Islamic world was brilliant. The Chinese had advanced technology. Europe was backward. Then Europeans decided to conquer the world, not because they had superior genetics or intelligence, but because they had superior stories. Europeans believed science gave them the right to conquer and bring civilization. This narrative spread globally. It wasn't true, but it was compelling enough to change the world. The Islamic world declined not because of Islam, they lost the narrative war. The Chinese stopped exploring not because of technology. The court said to look inward. Stories kill. Stories build empires. What story are you spreading about yourself? Is it compelling enough to change minds? Takeaway 5. The Industrial Revolution was a deal with consequences we're still paying. We discovered fossil fuels, millions of years of stored solar energy unleashed all at once. We could heat homes, light nights, transport goods across continents, and feed billions. Population exploded and poverty declined. That part was real progress. But here's the deal. We mortgaged the future for the present. We've been burning millions of years of fuel in just a couple of centuries and changing the climate in the process. We poisoned rivers and air. We industrialized meat production. We turned agriculture into linear extraction. The bill is coming due: warming, vanishing species, and crumbling stability. Harari doesn't say the Industrial Revolution was wrong. He says it was a deal. You get comfort and abundance right now. You pay with ecological collapse later. Whether that trade-off was worth it is literally the biggest question facing humanity today. What deals are you making right now that will cost you in the future? Debt for consumption? Comfort for health? Name them. Then decide honestly if they're worth it. Takeaway 6. Money is trust, and when trust breaks, the system collapses. All money is a shared fiction. It's valuable only because you believe others will accept it tomorrow. In 2008, people's trust in banks collapsed. The system seized because the shared fiction failed. Fortunes vanished as the collective agreement evaporated. Money is powerful but fragile. It only exists in our heads. It can be wiped out by inflation in days. Because it exists only in trust. It can coordinate massive projects, but it can also fail catastrophically. Diversify your trust. Don't put all your confidence in one government, one currency, or one institution. Own some assets that have value beyond belief. Own skills that keep value even if money breaks. Takeaway 7. Happiness is relative, not absolute, and that explains everything. This is kind of depressing when you first hear it, but it's true. Humans aren't satisfied when we reach a goal. We're only satisfied when we're doing better than the people around us. You finally get the raise you've been wanting. You're happy for like a week, then you adjust back to baseline. Except your coworker got a bigger raise, and now you're miserable even though you got what you wanted. A poor person in a poor neighborhood is happier than someone who's relatively poor in a rich neighborhood. Lottery winners are miserable because their relative position doesn't change enough. Chasing wealth hoping it makes you happy is literally a trap because you'll always compare yourself to someone richer and feel behind. Harari suggests the only real escape is gratitude and community. If you build a life with people you actually love, in a place you're genuinely grateful for, you can opt out of the comparison game. You're still running on the hedonic treadmill, but at least you're running with people who matter to you. Who are you constantly measuring yourself against? Do they actually deserve that power? What if you changed your reference group to people you admire and love? Takeaway 8. Humanism replaced religion, but we created new religions. Religion answered the big questions for thousands of years. Why are we here? Science replaced it with physics and optimization. We got freedom from God. We traded God's meaning for individual experience and human rights. That was liberating and destabilizing. Now you're in charge of creating your own meaning, and most people can't handle that burden. So they create surrogate religions. Nationalism, consumerism, celebrity worship, political ideology. The void religion used to fill is still there. We've just filled it with different fictions. What is the meaning of your life? What actually drives you? What would you die for? What community do you belong to? If you can't answer these clearly, you're a ship without a compass. Takeaway 9. The future might not need us. Humans spent 70,000 years reaching the top of the food chain. Now we're potentially architects of our own obsolescence through artificial intelligence and genetic engineering. Homo sapiens might not be evolution's endpoint. AI might be smarter. Enhanced beings might be stronger. Uploaded consciousness might be immortal. Why would they need us? Creating something smarter means you've created a new apex species. Whether it's friendly, indifferent, or hostile remains open. We've conquered the planet and have no idea what to do with that power. What role do you want humans to play in a future with artificial intelligence? Are you building toward partnership with machines or competition? These aren't abstract questions anymore. Takeaway 10. You're inside a revolution you can't see. When you're inside a revolution, you can't see it. Medieval people thought feudalism was natural. We think democracy and capitalism are natural, but we're inside a revolution. The agricultural revolution took 10,000 years. The industrial revolution took 200. The information revolution might take 50 or 5. Each gets progressively faster. Your assumptions about work, relationships, and meaning are being rewritten. Permanent things are temporary. Universal things are cultural. Natural things are designed. You're living in rapid transformation. Stop trying to predict the future. Build adaptability instead. Learn new skills constantly. Keep relationships flexible. Hold beliefs lightly. Be ready to pivot. The future will surprise you, but if you're adaptable, surprises become opportunities. That's the core of Sapiens. We're the animals that believe in fiction. We conquered the planet by telling better stories than every other species. We built civilizations on shared delusions. And right now, we're at a moment where the old delusions are breaking down and new ones are forming. The book is basically a mirror to help you see which fictions you're living inside of and whether they still serve you. If this resonated with you, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments which takeaway shifted how you see the world. Thanks for watching Audiobook Bay.